Joe Haggerty.
Hey, Butch. Definite explanation on that Lemieux potential high stick there and why it wasn't relevant?
They just came over and said the goal stood. He didn't knock it into the air with the high stick. That we had the option to challenge the original play for a missed stoppage. But there's some factors that go into that. Does it go directly to their player or not? Does it hit one of our players? Has to be above his shoulder, not the crossbar. So there's some different things to do. So obviously we went back and forth on it. I made the call at the end. Let's just play. So right or wrong, that's what we did. And just felt like a night things weren't really going our way in that department. So let's just go play, get the next goal. And eventually we did.
Thanks.
Steve Conroy.
Hey, Bruce. What was Tuukka's explanation for coming to the bench? Did he think you were down by a goal, or did he think there was a call?
I never talked to him about it at the end of the day, Steve. So it's a good question. I figure it's one of those two, right? You'd think he could has access to the scoreboard. So I'd like to think it was a delayed penalty. I thought a couple of guys thought that in our bench, but at the end of the day, we got it squared away.
And just, I mean, that notwithstanding, just his overall play, he faced a lot of odd man chances.
Yeah, we weren't very good in front of him. I think it was probably the toughest night our D-corps had. We weren't crisp with the puck. I mean, we had a pair that fought it all night. We did make some plays, but as a whole, that group looked their age tonight. But we got through it. And then Charlie makes a hell of a play on the last goal. Breaks up a 2-on-1, has the presence of mind to get the puck up ahead to Marshy. So at the end of the day, a real good play at the end by our D. But as I said, I didn't think it was their cleanest game. And that's not all on the D, but just our puck play was spotty at best. You could tell it looked like we hadn't played in a while.
Thank you.
Dan Roach.
Hey, Bruce, just to kind of follow that up, how good is it that you're able to get out of there with that win, considering you guys didn't play your best? Yet, Tuukka comes up huge, and then Charlie and Brad. It's kind of been, one of those years for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the second period is another one of those games that we played well enough to get a lead and extend the lead, right? Like Pasta has an open, it hits the post. Power play had a couple of good looks. DeBrusque had a number of good looks. One that I thought went in, they didn't count. Obviously it did, and they had a lot of looks at it. But so a number of good attempts, even though that was the third period, that where we did play well enough to get ahead, and and then they get a break around the net, and then they got going after that. We didn't respond very well to that tying goal. You got to put those things behind you and keep playing. But I did think, to get to your question, yes, Tuukka was excellent. Did a real good job for us tonight. I thought their goalie was excellent. Easily could have been 4 or 5 goals each way, but both goalies made a number of key stops, and then we had 2 or 3 posts, and they had a post as well. I think it was Strome late too. So there was, like I said, a lot of good chances that didn't go in.
Matt Porter.
Bruce, to follow up on DeBrusque, both he and Bjork obviously had their legs tonight. What did you see just beyond the speed, and obviously DeBrusque landing a bunch of shots and kind of flinging the puck all night? What did you see from those two?
It's one thing I saw, that he was willing to go into straight lines and work to get inside and then get it to the net. Certainly wasn't trying to overpass. He's trying to just put pucks on net, and I think goal scorers do that, and eventually they go in. I'd like to see that every night. Who has that mentality, no matter who his centerman or winger is. Bjork attacked the net. Again, good low play. So that line had some good zip, lots of legs. It's a good team for them, that type of game. You can get into some transition opportunities against that team and attack their D. So, like I said, it was a good matchup for them tonight. They did their job. And hopefully it gives them some confidence going into Friday's game.
Did you see any angle on Jake's goal or no goal there that you were sure went in?
Well, on the bench, it looked like it hit the underside, inside the crossbar, the mesh at the top. You could see the whole puck kind of disappear inside the bar, but I think that's just the angle of, because our guys showed it after, and it looks like it hits the bar and goes down. But as it falls into the goal line, it's like it's on edge and looks like it might be past the line. But obviously, you need definitive proof. I think if the call goes the other way and they call it a goal, then it probably stands. That's what happens a lot of times. So, but at the end of the day, they didn't see it that way. And that's the way it goes.
Last question for Coach Chris Ryan.
Hey, Bruce, just your thoughts on your team's response to adversity, not just tonight, but through the course of the year, whether it's Tuukka having to step up tonight when the D isn't the way you want, or there's two calls in the third period. It seems like whatever the circumstance, the group is responding.
Yeah, that's a credit to them in there. They keep playing. Not the start we wanted. Didn't execute it well, didn't have our legs. Defended okay. Then the game picked up, obviously pace, probably good to watch up and down the ice, more suited to them than us. We're kind of better when it's, we're defending well and ozone puck possession type of game. But at the end of the day, like I said, we bounced back from whatever happened, whether it was a call we didn't like or a goal against or, a couple of, whatever it happens to be. We've done it all year, different guys in the lineup, in and out. Games canceled. You just move on to the next one. I think our guys like to play the game. It's that simple. They're hockey players. They're a proud group. And again, they tend to eventually get to their games. Not too many nights where we walk away and say we were awful. We've had stretches where we need to be better, but in general, we'll get to our game. And if there's an area of the game, as like I said tonight, maybe the D weren't as crisp, then our goaltender picks them up, or our forward scores some goals to pick them up. We're pretty good that way. Our guys are excellent and taking care of one another, and I think that was the case tonight.